There are days when everything feels like it's falling apart. Your job slips through your fingers, people you care about let you down, and the dream you've clung to for so long is suddenly shattered by reality. In the middle of that storm, we often scramble to find someone to blame. Our situation, the world around us, or people who simply don't get us. But what if the real enemy isn't out there? What if it's quietly hiding within us? Stoicism isn't just the code of ancient warriors, it's a lens that helps us examine our own inner world. To the Stoics, the true battle wasn't with outside events, but with our reactions to them. The real threat is in our flawed thinking, bursts of anger, unfounded fears, and endless cravings that lead us astray. Blaming fate or others is simple, but turning the gaze inward, facing our confusion, our impulses, our untrained minds, that's much harder. And yet, it's exactly where transformation begins. In this video, we'll uncover 8 inner enemies, the hidden saboteurs that Stoics believed must be understood and tamed. We'll look at how they identified these shadows, and more importantly, how they defeated them through logic, self-control, and serenity. By the end, you won't just grasp Stoic wisdom more deeply, you'll understand your own mind more clearly. Type number 1. Wrong judgment. Do you remember the last time someone criticized you? It might have been your boss, a close friend, or someone in your family. They said something, maybe a little harsh, maybe just blunt, but likely without cruel intent. Number 1. Observe their actions. One of the core tenets of Stoic philosophy is to trust actions over words. A person's actions are the most accurate reflection of their true nature and intentions. Words can be twisted, exaggerated, or even entirely false, but actions never lie. When assessing others, look for any mismatch between what they say and what they do. Someone might verbally express support, yet their actions suggest otherwise. For example, a colleague may congratulate you for your accomplishments while secretly undermining your efforts in private. It's their actions that unveil their real intentions, not their words. Ask yourself, have you ever felt that someone's words didn't align with their actions? Have you encountered someone who promised help but never delivered? These inconsistencies are clear signs of dishonesty, often stemming from jealousy. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Actions are the true measure of character. Take, for instance, a friend who constantly claims they'll support you, yet vanishes when you need help. This behavior speaks louder than any promise and indicates untrustworthiness. Pay close attention to how people behave when they think no one is watching or when there's nothing to gain. It's in these moments that their true nature is often revealed. This is crucial for distinguishing genuine intentions from those masked by flattering words. By prioritizing actions over words, we gain a deeper understanding of a person's true character. This practice not only allows us to recognize the authenticity of our friends and colleagues, but also encourages self-reflection on our own actions. Remember, our character is shaped by what we do, not just what we say. Number 2. Evaluate their response to your success. In everyday life, how others react to your success can reveal their true feelings. Jealous individuals often show clear signs of envy, unable to hide their discomfort when they see others thriving. They may attempt to undermine your achievements with unfounded criticism or insincere congratulations, all while secretly feeling dissatisfied. This not only harms relationships, but also exposes the darker parts of their character. There's a saying, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. A true friend who respects you will celebrate your growth and success because they recognize that your progress is part of your self-improvement journey. On the other hand, those who resent you may view your success as a threat, a reminder of their own shortcomings or lack of effort. Think back to your last significant achievement. How did those around you respond? How did those closest to you react? You'll be able to spot who is truly sincere and wise by their reactions. Supportive people will celebrate with you, acknowledging your hard work, and their feedback will be positive, encouraging, and free from negativity. On the other hand, jealous or deceitful individuals may attempt to downplay or even deny your achievements. They might spread rumors, offer unwarranted criticism, or actively try to undermine your success. These individuals may subtly criticize your accomplishments, dismissing them as mere luck and denying the effort you put in. So how should you respond when you realize someone in your life is driven by jealousy and deceit? Should you confront them or keep your distance to protect your peace? Remember, in line with Stoic philosophy, we must focus on what we can control, ourselves, and let go of what we cannot. Instead of engaging in cycles of jealousy and dishonesty, devote your energy to self-development and fostering authentic relationships. A person's integrity can be measured not just by how they react to your success, but also by how they treat those they cannot gain from. Number 3, notice how they interact with those who can't benefit them. Stoic philosophy teaches that we should show respect and compassion to all, especially those in weaker positions or of lower status. A truly noble person never looks down on others. When observing others, take note of how they treat people who can't offer them any advantage. Truly thoughtful individuals, whether in positions of great power or humble circumstances, treat everyone with dignity and kindness. They understand that every person holds inherent value, regardless of their social standing. Whether interacting with a high-ranking official or a service worker, they maintain a sincere and respectful demeanor toward all. In contrast, jealous and deceitful people often display kindness only when there's something to gain or when they are being watched. They tend to look down on and mistreat those who hold no value for them, showing arrogance and cruelty. If someone's behavior towards those without power is drastically different from how they treat those in positions of authority, proceed with caution. Jealous and deceitful individuals often reveal their true nature when interacting with the vulnerable. For instance, consider a colleague who is always warm and polite to superiors but dismissive and rude to lower status employees or service workers. This behavior signals deceit and envy. They respect power, not people. Such actions expose their insecurity and petty nature. Observing how others treat those in vulnerable positions also provides an opportunity to reflect on your own actions. How do you treat those without power? Addressing any shortcomings in your behavior can help you grow into a true Stoic. Remember, how someone treats those with less power is a true reflection of their character. Are you ready to apply this method in your life? Try it out and notice the changes around you. Number 4, distinguish between praise and flattery. Excessive flattery is often a clear sign of deceit and jealousy, yet many overlook this warning sign. Genuine compliments are always constructive, aiming to highlight strengths or offer encouragement. But when praise exceeds reasonable limits, it's time to be cautious. Remember, it's not what others say about you that matters the most, but what you believe about yourself. Flattery may feel good in the moment, but it can often be a tool used to manipulate and deceive. Pay close attention to whether the praise is sincere or if it's merely a tactic to gain something from you. Your self-worth should never hinge on compliments from others, especially when those compliments aren't sincere. Do these praises truly reflect the achievements you've earned? When faced with excessive flattery, ask yourself, does this person have an agenda? Are they trying to gain something from me? Often, excessive praise is a sign of insincerity, with the person behind it possibly trying to mask their jealousy or exploit you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in Meditations, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." While receiving compliments can feel good, consider the possibility that some of them may be laced with hidden motives. Excessive praise can make you vulnerable to manipulation, lowering your defenses. Instead of getting swept up in insincere compliments, learn to assess them with clarity. Stay grounded in your values and avoid letting flattery cloud your judgment. A good example of this can be seen in the workplace. Some colleagues may constantly flatter you, but never offer support when you truly need it. They might be all smiles and compliments in front of others, but behind your back they criticize you. Recognizing and addressing excessive flattery helps shield you from people who are fake or jealous, encouraging you to live more authentically. Always remain aware of the underlying motives behind compliments and continually remind yourself of your true worth. Trust in yourself and apply Stoic wisdom to stay firm in your identity, cultivating relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect. Have you ever found yourself on the receiving end of excessive flattery? How did you feel, and how did you respond? Share your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Number 5. Monitor consistency. When evaluating a person, it's essential to pay close attention to how they behave across various situations. Observe whether their actions align with their words. Saying something is easy, but doing it consistently is difficult. Stoic philosophy encourages us to examine if people's actions match their stated beliefs and claims over time. This method helps us identify jealous or insincere individuals. When evaluating someone's character, take note of their behavior in different contexts. Do they uphold their principles and values consistently, or do they shift their attitudes and actions to suit their needs or goals? A jealous and deceitful person often struggles to maintain this consistency. They might appear warm and sincere when dealing with people they want to benefit from, but show coldness and hostility once those individuals no longer serve their purpose. For example, someone might praise you openly in front of others, claiming to be supportive, but then speak negatively about your success behind your back. You may notice small, odd gestures when they compliment you, and this pattern isn't a one-time occurrence. When you observe an anomaly, resist the urge to judge immediately. Instead, take your time to observe further, looking for any repeated behaviors that contradict their words. It's important to determine if these actions are isolated incidents or part of a recurring pattern. If their behavior changes significantly when you're not present, this is a clear indicator of jealousy and deception. Another effective way to gauge consistency is by observing how they treat others around them. A sincere person will treat everyone with equal respect and fairness, regardless of personal interests. They don't flatter one individual and ignore another for the sake of personal gain. Consistency in behavior is a true reflection of a person's honesty and trustworthiness. Ask yourself, do you notice someone in your life, perhaps your spouse, acting inconsistently? Do the people around you stay true to their values and principles, no matter the situation? If the answer is no, proceed with caution. Such individuals may be hiding jealousy and deceit. We've now reached the halfway point of our journey today. Thank you for being with us. Your support encourages us to share the true values of Stoic philosophy with more people. Please like and share this video to help spread these lessons to your loved ones, contributing to a more peaceful and joyful world. Leave a comment with "Always observe carefully" to let us know you're ready to embrace Stoic wisdom and continue your journey as we move on to the next 5 lessons. Number 6. Observe their attitude when criticized. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, once said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." It is the person who continues in self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. This quote highlights that genuinely wise and sincere individuals are always open to constructive criticism. Their goal is truth and self-improvement, and when criticized, they view it as an opportunity for growth, not a blow to their self-esteem. On the other hand, jealous and deceitful individuals tend to react negatively and defensively when criticized. They often respond with harsh retaliation, attempt to correct others, or try to discredit the critic. This reaction usually stems from a fear of exposing their true nature or an unwillingness to admit their flaws. Have you ever witnessed a colleague or acquaintance becoming angry or defensive when criticized? This could be a sign that they are concealing insecurities and lack confidence. For example, a good and sincere leader will listen to feedback from employees and respond constructively, understanding that it not only fosters their own growth, but also contributes to a positive and productive work environment. In contrast, an insincere and jealous leader may ignore or even punish employees who offer criticism, creating an atmosphere of fear and tension. Reflect on the last time you were criticized. How did you react? Were you open to receiving and considering the feedback, or did you immediately try to justify and refute it? Your response could offer valuable insight into both your own behavior and that of those around you. Before we move on to lesson number 7, let me ask you this. Do you know someone who frequently judges and compares others? If so, it might be time to reassess your relationship with them. Why? Let's explore this in lesson number 7. Number 7. Attentively notice unintentional comparisons. In our daily lives, we often encounter unconscious comparisons. These aren't simply harmless remarks. They can be subtle signs of hidden jealousy and deceit. According to Stoicism, paying close attention to and understanding these comparisons can be an effective way to identify jealous and insincere individuals. When someone unconsciously compares you to others, they might reveal more about their own insecurities than about you. These comparisons often arise from a place of jealousy and self-doubt. For instance, if a colleague continually compares your achievements to someone else's, it may be a sign that they feel threatened by your progress. People who frequently compare you to others may try to diminish your value, making you feel inadequate or unworthy. This behavior often serves as a way for them to mask their own insecurities and create an illusion of superiority. Imagine a scenario where you hit a significant milestone at work, and instead of congratulating you, a colleague says, "That's good, but I think John is still better." This isn't just an innocent comparison, it's a sign of envy. Your colleague may be envious of your success and is trying to undermine it. Paying attention to these unconscious comparisons helps you identify who genuinely supports you. True friends don't need to compare you to others to validate their respect or admiration for you. They appreciate you for who you are, not in comparison to anyone else. Ask yourself, who in your life frequently makes unconscious comparisons? Are they really people you should trust? When you hear demeaning comparisons, how does it make you feel? Stoic philosophy teaches us to view these comparisons as external factors, things beyond our control. This clear distinction helps us protect our inner peace and maintain tranquility. Do you agree with this Stoic perspective? If so, like the video. If not, comment 0 so we can discuss and explore whether there's more beneath the surface. Number 8. Pay attention to their reactions to personal failures. Stoicism teaches us that how a person handles failure is a powerful measure of their patience, maturity, and authenticity. Truly strong and honest individuals respond to failure with humility and an eagerness to grow. They see setbacks as a natural part of life, embracing them as chances to reflect, improve, and evolve. Rather than placing blame or hiding behind excuses, they own up to their shortcomings and strive for better. These are the kinds of people who earn respect and trust through their actions and mindset. In contrast, jealous and deceitful individuals tend to respond to failure in a much different way. They often shift blame outward, finding excuses in circumstances or pointing fingers at others. Rather than facing their flaws, they build narratives to protect their egos. You may notice them criticizing others, spreading misinformation, or downplaying their own role in what went wrong. This behavior often stems from a fear of appearing weak or being exposed, making them defensive and dishonest in the face of setbacks. Have you ever encountered someone who always blames others when things go wrong? If so, consider what that reveals about their character. It could be a subtle sign of jealousy and deception. To better understand this trait, observe how people behave when they stumble. Do they accept responsibility, reflect on their actions, and try to improve? Or do they dodge blame and distort the truth? A sincere person learns from their missteps, while a deceitful one hides from the truth to protect their fragile sense of self. Stoic once said that a person's true nature becomes visible during moments of great adversity. This idea captures the essence of Stoic philosophy perfectly. It's not in comfort, but in hardship, that one's real character is revealed. Watch how people behave when things go wrong. Do they stay composed and reflective, or do they panic and shift blame? These moments are when masks slip and true intentions come to light. Have you ever seen someone's real nature appear during tough times? If yes, like the video and share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've learned from it. Number 9. Evaluate how they share personal information. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that how someone communicates, what they choose to share, and how they present it reveals much about their inner world. According to Stoicism, the way a person talks about their life, especially their wins and losses, reflects their integrity. A sincere person will describe their journey with modesty, focusing on the growth and insight gained from their experiences rather than showing off. But a dishonest or insecure person will often stretch the truth. They may overstate their successes, adding dramatic flair to make themselves appear more impressive. Consider how someone explains their story. Do they seem grounded and consistent, or do they stress small victories just to impress? These details reveal more than you might think. Just as important is how they speak about failure. An honest person isn't afraid to say, "I messed up," and will share what they learned with openness. But someone trying to hide their flaws often dodges such conversations. They might shift blame or offer excuses. If you notice someone always avoiding responsibility, it's worth reflecting on their sincerity. Remember, the willingness to take ownership is a mark of integrity and a strong sign of someone you can trust. This kind of behavior is a strong indicator of insincerity and emotional unrest. People driven by jealousy often misuse personal information for harmful purposes. They may share secrets that were told in confidence or even twist the truth to damage someone's reputation. When someone spreads harmful or false stories, they are not just gossiping. They are deliberately trying to manipulate how others see the person being talked about. This reveals a lot about their own insecurities and unstable character. In your daily conversations, pay attention to this pattern. Does someone often talk negatively about others or compare themselves to show superiority? These aren't just small-minded habits. They are signals of deep jealousy and inner conflict. Learning to detect these subtle signs helps us protect our peace of mind and avoid emotional traps. As you get better at noticing these behaviors, your emotional defenses grow stronger. And when something someone says or does causes discomfort or confusion, don't ignore it. Ask questions and stay alert. That brings us to the final and perhaps most powerful lesson. Number 10. Listen to your inner voice. Have you ever had this experience? A colleague seems kind and helpful on the surface, but for some reason, you feel uneasy whenever they're around. If that sounds familiar, it's time to tune in to your intuition. That discomfort could be your inner voice signaling dishonesty or hidden jealousy from that person. Reflect on moments where you felt something was off, even though everything seemed fine on the outside. These feelings come from your intuition. Your inner voice, or sixth sense, is a powerful, natural defense system, you from potential threats. When something feels off, don't ignore that gut feeling. Take a step back and evaluate the situation. Does this person constantly try to one-up you? Do their compliments feel forced or unnatural? These subtle actions might be small, but they often reveal hidden jealousy and dishonesty. Ask yourself, why do I feel uneasy around this person? If their words and actions don't align, your instincts may be signaling danger. Imagine a situation where a colleague always acts supportive, but you still feel anxious around them. Take a closer look. Maybe they frequently measure your success against theirs or drop subtle negative comments about others. Even if they're not attacking you directly, the air of competition is there. That discomfort? It's your intuition whispering the truth. Never dismiss the voice inside you. Your instincts are one of the strongest tools for navigating through people's true intentions. They help you distinguish between those who genuinely care and those who only pretend to. But remember, while intuition is vital, reason matters too. Balance both. Don't act purely on feelings, but use them as signals to dig deeper. That brings us to the conclusion. Spotting jealousy and deceit takes time, and it's not always obvious. But learning to recognize these signs is essential for protecting your peace and values. People with jealous and dishonest tendencies can be found anywhere, even in the relationships we hold closest. They may act like they care, but deep down, they're secretly planting seeds of doubt and discontent. Stoicism wants you to recognize and rise above regret. Have you ever laid awake at night, spinning in circles with all the what-ifs? What if I had been braver? What if I hadn't said those words? What if I had chosen a different path? Regret, a feeling that seems harmless, can weigh like chains, locking you to a past you can never change. The philosopher Seneca once said, "Life will follow the path it began to take and will neither reverse nor check its course." Short, blunt, and painfully true. Because the more you regret, the more you torment yourself. The more time you waste, the one thing that actually belongs to you right now. Regret doesn't help you fix the past. It only leaves you paralyzed, afraid to move forward, afraid to start over, and worse, filled with self-loathing. Nick was one of those people. He once had a chance at love, something genuine, simple, yet full of potential. But back then, out of fear of getting hurt, out of insecurity, he said no. Years later, when that person had moved on and found happiness elsewhere, Nick finally realized what he had lost. From that moment on, regret became a tattoo etched on his heart. Not a day went by without him thinking about it.